So, what if I told you that the biggest piece of advice for success, setting goals, is actually the very thing that's holding you back? Today, we're going to explore a pretty radical idea that flips everything we've been taught about achievement right on its head.
Okay, let's just start with this statement because, wow, goals are for amateurs. I know, right? That probably sounds completely backward. I mean, for our entire lives, we've been told to set big, audacious goals. But what if that very advice is the thing that's been tripping us up?
So, the core idea we're digging into here is a bit of a contrarian take. Our obsession with setting goals might just be a flawed strategy for any kind of long-term progress. Let's unpack why that is, and more importantly, what we should be focusing on instead. So, what is the problem with a goal-centric mindset exactly? Why isn't having a target enough to guarantee success? Well, as we're about to see, the issues run a lot deeper than you might think.
Just think about it for a second. A goal creates this black and white world. It's a totally binary outcome. You either hit the sales target or you don't. You finish the marathon or you don't. This whole approach creates a cycle of stress and temporary motivation. We are defined as either a success or a failure, and it completely ignores all the progress you've made along the way.
And this is where the difference becomes crystal clear. A goal, yeah, it provides a short-term burst of motivation. But what happens after you hit it? Or worse, what if you miss it? A system, on the other hand, is a continuous process. It's not about a single finish line, it's all about the daily execution. Goals might offer a temporary high, but it's systems that build that long-term compounding progress. All right, so if goals have all these built-in flaws, what's the alternative? Well, the solution lies in shifting our focus entirely to the incredible power of systems. Now, if you take just one thing away from this explainer, please let it be this. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Just let that sink in for a moment. What this means is that your ambitious goals are almost irrelevant if your daily processes are weak. Your baseline, your default behaviors, your system, that's what truly determines your outcome. So what exactly is a system? Think of it this way. It's not the destination, it's the vehicle that gets you there. It's the predefined, repeatable process you commit to, which makes progress an almost automatic byproduct. So for a writer, the goal is to write a book. The system is writing 500 words every single day. If you want to get stronger, the goal is a new personal record. The system is never missing a workout. See the difference? One is an outcome, the other is a process.
The source material we're looking at offers this brilliant analogy for all of this: building a personal operating system. Just like the OS on your computer handles all the basic functions in the background so you can focus on your work, a personal system automates the essentials of your life.
And building his personal OS is really a three-step process. First, you identify the essential recurring tasks in your life. Then, you automate the process for handling them to remove all that decision-making and friction. And the result? You free up your finite mental energy to focus on the truly meaningful, high-impact work that's actually going to move the needle. So let's bring this all home. How do you actually make this paradigm shift in your own life? Well, it all comes down to a fundamental change in where you place your daily focus. Here's the practical application. Stop obsessing over the mountaintop. Instead, you've got to fall in love with the climb. Don't just wish for an outcome, build the reliable habits that make that outcome almost inevitable. Start measuring your consistency. How many days in a row did you stick to the plan, not just the final victory? The absolute key is to design a process that you can sustain for the long haul. So we'll leave you with this final powerful question. Forget about the grand 10-year plan for just a moment. What is one simple, repeatable process you can commit to starting today? Because building that system, that daily engine of progress, well, that is the true architecture of achievement.